Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who ranking video for today. Yes, I'm going to be ranking all 20 stories from the Peter Davison era. Yes, in this video I am ranking the 5th Doctor stories, and of course I'm wearing, my fantastic 5th Doctor outfit from season 21. I really do like Davison's outfit for season 21 compared to his season 19/20 outfit. So I thought, why not just do a nice little ranking video of ranking the stories from each Doctor. So this video is basically on the 5th Doctor. Then of course the next one will probably be another incarnation of the Doctor. Just, you know what, this just might be a monthly ranking video. So ranking the 5th Doctor stories. Now Davison's era has got some good stories. It's got some masterpiece stories. It's got some stories that are very okay-ish, and then it's got a couple of bad ones like Black Orchid, but you didn't see me hear that one. Some other stories were okay, some stories aren't okay, and to be honest with you, I thought, why not just rank the entire 5th Doctor's era. So let's dive into it. So number 20, we jump into Kinder. Yes, Kinder is not really an interesting story from season 19 for me. Yes, okay, we do kind of have some good scenes with basically Tegan becoming possessed by the Mara through her mind, with the Mara basically invading her mind. And of course, when it does come to the end again, and it really is nothing to do with the bad CGI effect for the big giant snake, it's just the fact some of the story aspects don't really work for me. I am in the middle of reading the Target book from Kinder, and that review will be coming out as soon as I finish that book. But at the moment, Kinder is my least favourite Peter Davison story. So number 19, we're jumping into Black Orchid. Yeah, I don't really physically care for Black Orchid. Yes, it's set in the 1920s. The TARDIS team basically materialise on a railway platform. It's kind of cool to see them stumble out the TARDIS and they're on a platform, and the 5th Doctor does play a bit of cricket. This story is only a 2-parter, and it really doesn't really set up the emotion for the story it's going for with that really creepy alien bloke thing. Number 18 is, of course, Arc of Infinity. Yes, we are going back into season 20 now. And what can I say about Arc of Infinity? I've watched it recently. It's one that I physically do not enjoy as much. It's definitely the weak story for Omega. I really prefer the 3 Doctors Omega to this Omega, especially when it's using the Doctor's biological code to try and, you know, basically make himself look like the Doctor from basically coming out of his world of antimatter. Yeah, I really don't care for Arc of Infinity. I really think the Time Lords are a bit stupid in this one. So yeah, number 17, Warriors of the Deep. Now this story has really moved down quite a lot for me because I used to really enjoy the story, but I have to admit, this story, not as great as I thought it was when I first watched it for the very first time. Apart from that wicked, fantastic, like, dive the 5th Doctor does when he falls into that kind of, like, pool. The Sea Devils design, I don't really care for. I actually prefer, I'm going to say this one now, I actually do prefer the Sea Devils from 1972, and of course the Legend of the Sea Devils design, because I don't really look like how they look and what's going on with the Merker in this story. Number 16, it's Terminus. Now, out of the Black Guardian trilogy, this is the one that I really don't enjoy as much. Some people do because, yes, Nyssa leaves. And to be honest with you, I'm a fan of Nyssa. I didn't really want Nyssa to leave. I kind of wanted Tegan to leave again. But then Tegan's basically became one of my favourite companions after I first watched the story. I have to admit, I do really want Nyssa to stay, but it's such a shame she left. Tarlo basically just does me heading a bit. And then, of course, you've got that stupid, annoying bloke that screams, "We're on Terminus!" Yeah, I've got really bad issues with this one. Number 15, it is The King's Demons. Another 2-part story from the Davison era. And this is the final story from season 20. After basically the TARDIS took a bit of a beating from the Black Guardian trilogy in, you know, Enlightenment, which is very, very much high in this list. So the TARDIS team materialises in this Middle Age time period, where of course we have dun 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 dun. We got Anthony Ainley's Master in disguise for no absolutely reason. If he knows the Doctor's going to be there, yeah, that's okay. We do know he's got a disguise, but What's the whole point of the Master's disguise in this episode? Really, he's been there for quite a while since he escaped from the planet Centaurus, something like that. Then he's got the shape-shifting robot, aka Chameleon, who basically is not as good as he is in Planet of Fire. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that. Number 14, it is, of course, The Awakening from Season 21, the second story for Season 21. Now, Tegan wants to go and see her grandfather, and the doctor's there being real nice. You know, we go and say hello to your grandfather, and he ends up in the middle of this kind of war recommitment, something like that. Can't really say that word, sorry. And then, of course, you kind of have this nice big alien stone creature way before the Weeping Angels were even a thing. This stone creature smashes through the wall of the church, and you kind of got people screaming. Yeah, I really do enjoy the story a little bit. Not as much, though. Number 13, it's Enlightenment. Yes, we are finally in the final story of the Black Guardian trilogy. I really like the way how we got the the whole space race between I think they're called the Immortals. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I watched the story. I have to admit, I do really like this episode. The way Tarlo tries to commit suicide and is pulled over to another ship owned by a woman. And of course, the Doctor's got to go and get there. And then, of course, it turns out they are racing for the Enlightenment which is basically a game for the Black and White Guardians. I really do enjoy that one. Number 12. It's Mordrin Undead. Yes, we are jumping into the third story of Season 20. And this one I just really enjoy a lot more because it's the return of Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, a school teacher. Yes, this story was actually originally written for Ian Chesterton, but William Russell wasn't able to come and film. So they really replaced the role of Ian with Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart. And he was a teacher after he left the army. And now we've got two basically versions of the Brigadier, one in 1983 and one 1977. And they basically do meet each other, and it does create a big sap. And it does make that amazing little line from the Fifth Doctor. Do you not understand? There's 8 of them. A Time Lord has 12 regenerations. I've already used up 4 of them. If I help them, it'd be the end of me as a Time Lord. I really love that cliffhanger. And that cliffhanger as well, where you kind of got Mordrin literally wearing Tom Baker's coat from Season 18. And when he turns around and you've got his little brain thing just sitting there. That's just brilliant. I really do like the art, like the actual design of Mordrin, I have to admit. Number 11. Frontios. Yeah, this is the one story I really do enjoy from Season 21 a lot, including some other stories that are in Season 21. This is the ones where I really do enjoy now after we got the 2 bad stories at Season 21 out of the way, which is Voices of the Deep and, of course, The Awakening. Frontios, I really do enjoy this one. It actually brings some good stuff. We literally have the 10 traitors. We have Tarlo basically going in some sort of hero syndrome. I don't know what they call it in the actual episode. Frontios is where the Doctor should never have been because it's in Earth's future and the Doctor should not have gone. I really do enjoy Frontios. I like the whole design of the 10 traitors because they're like woodlice, big giant woodlice creatures, and they are very menacing. Like the way you got one of them go, I shall have the TARDIS. And he literally uses his power because the TARDIS has been destroyed at this point and it's buried underneath Frontios's ground. I really do like that one. Number 10. We are jumping into Season 19 and it's Time Flight. I'm sorry to say this, I do enjoy Time Flight. I don't know what people don't like about Time Flight. I really think it's brilliant. We have Anthony Amy back as the Master after he escaped from CASTROVALVA. So, I see you escaped from CASTROVALVA. Yes, Doctor. I absolutely, genuinely do enjoy this story. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Anthony Ainley gives a great performance. I really like him as Carly going, shala, 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 shala. He goes, I don't understand. No, Doctor, of course you don't understand. You never do. Yeah, I just really love that cliffhanger to part 3. I just really do enjoy Time Flight. It's one of those stories. Number 9, we jump into Snake Dance. Yes, I really enjoyed the Snake Dance. We are on the actual home planet of the Mara. Tegan's brilliant in this one. Nissa's brilliant in this one. The Doctor running around the kind of like circus thing to celebrate the Mara. It was absolutely brilliant. I do like the way the Doctor's just there and he goes, where's she gone, Doctor? I don't know. I really, really enjoy this story. Snake Dance is amazing. Number 8, Planet of Fire. Yes, we are on to Tarlo's departure. We got the introduction story to Perry. And, of course, the 5th Doctor does the amazing thing and he kills Chameleon. So this story takes place after the resurrection of the Daleks, after Tegan leaves because she couldn't handle the death and destruction while being with the Doctor. I have to admit, this story I really do enjoy. Anthony Ainley gives a great performance again as the Master. I really do like this story, and I think this is the best story out of the two stories for Chameleon. And the way the Doctor literally just picks up the Master's tissue manipulator and disintegrates Chameleon is really good as well. I really enjoy that. So number 7, 4 to Doomsday, the second story to the 5th Doctor's era. And yeah, okay, he's travelling with Adric, Nyssa and Tegan. What can I say about this story? Well, I really enjoy it. I like the fact how the people are actually robots and they're on the way to Earth and they're thinking of warning the Earth and stuff. So, number 6, CASTROVALVA. Yes, the very first story to the 5th Doctor. I honestly have to admit, I do like CASTROVALVA. It's brilliant, it's fantastic. And the way it leads on from the Goplus with the Doctor basically not having his memory and remember who he is. And of course we have certain aspects to William Hartnell when he does that impression. He goes, I say, my dear boy, what would you do with me? Maybe I should ask, what would I do if I were me? Yeah, I just honestly love Davison in this story because it is a brilliant outing. The way he's there on CASTROVALVA climbing up the rocks and you kind of have Tegan and Nyssa shouting him, going, Doctor, Doctor, and he goes, Doctor, everybody's looking for him. Yeah, I really do enjoy CASTROVALVA, and it's a good story to play with the whole regeneration amnesia, which does happen in some other stories for Doctor Who. Number 5, we're jumping into the Visitation. This story, I really love the whole alien design of the Tellarites. The Tellarites are absolutely amazing. They really remind me of a kind of dinosaur period age. I do like the story with the whole, like, the robot working for them, and he's basically dressed as the Grim Reaper. Adric ends up being, Adric and Tegan end up being captured. They think the Doctor's dead, and of course the Doctor is there to basically witness the Great Fire of London, which is just obviously one of the best reasons why I really enjoy a Visitation. Number 4, EARTHSHOCK. Yes, the Cybermen's return to Doctor Who after 8 years, and it is truly epic. Why is it epic? Well, what can I say? We've got David Banks as the cyber leader. We have got Adric's death in this story. And Peter Davison gives such a fantastic performance as the Doctor. And the way you can actually even see the way how Adric's death really does impact the TARDIS team, with Nyssa and Tegan holding each other, crying, and the Doctor's just there, slowly walking away, looking away from the actual scanner, and he's just there, standing there, and he looks back, and that's it. Peter Davison really gives a great performance as the 5th Doctor. So number 3, Resurrection of the Daleks. Yes, this is another fantastic story from the 1980s for the Daleks. So the Doctor, Tegan and Tylo are caught inside a time corridor created by the Daleks because they want to try and find Davros to basically try and help them find a cure for the Magellan virus. And of course, half of this disease that's killing the Daleks is basically on Earth in a warehouse. And of course, they kind of want to make Dalek duplicates of the Doctor and his companions so they can go and assassinate the High Council of the Time Lords. Which is basically really fantastic because that whole bit is really interesting because it's that I think this is like where it just kind of sets up a bit about the Time War. The Daleks want to make duplicates for the Doctor to assassinate the Time Lords. I really like Resurrection of the Daleks. Terry Malloy as Davros is brilliant. I really love that line. It goes, once the Doctor is exterminated, I shall build a new race of Daleks. They will be even more deadly, and I, Davros, shall be their leader. And I just love this story. Number 2, The 5 Doctors. Yes, this is my all-time favourite multi-Doctor story makes it into number 2. Why is it in number 2? You're probably wondering. Well, what can I say? We have Richard Herndon playing William Hartnell. We have Patrick Troughton back as the 2nd Doctor. We've got John Pertwee back as the 3rd Doctor. We have got Cybermen. We got a Dalek. We got the Master. We have a Yeti. We see phantoms from Zoe and Jamie, and of course Liz Shaw, Captain Yates. In this one we do have other companions. We have the return of Susan. We've got the return of Sarah Jane. We have a cameo from K9. We have really great callbacks to the past 20 years for Doctor Who at this point. And the fact the Doctor is just there, literally passed out on the floor when the 1st Doctor walks in. Who are you? More to the point, What are you young people doing inside my TARDIS? It's his TARDIS. Who might he be? The Doctor. Who? Good grief. And the way the fifth Doctor goes, and he asks, going, regeneration? Fourth. Goodness me, so there's 5 of me now. I really love the way how Richard Turnbull plays the first Doctor. He goes, as it happens, I'm the Doctor. The original, you might say. I just absolutely love the 5 Doctors. It's brilliant. I love Barusula. I love the fact we have Rassilon's very first appearance in this one as well. And the fact it shows what happens when you try and gain immortality from Rassilon and you kind of become like a face statue thing. And the Doctors are all returned to their own time zones. Number 1, my all-time favourite Davison story is, of course, the case of Androzani. Because this is the one point in the Doctor's time stream where, when he literally materializes on the planet, the Doctor goes, oh, I'm going to go and jump in, I'm going to save the planet, going to do this. Nothing the Doctor does really basically makes an impact, because he ends up being chased, he ends up trying to be shot at, he's got spectral toxemia, so he's kind of dying. And, of course, Peri's all in this story as well. So basically the Doctor just gets Peri in the middle of this kind of like anti-drugs war, where you got Morgus, you've got Sirius Jack, you've got Jax in the middle, and the 5th Doctor basically just get captured. He's on the spaceship, he escapes from the spaceship by making it crash land. Again, you're kind of thinking the Doctor's run out of time, and he really basically does. He literally sacrifices his own life, because the only cure to spectral toxemia is bat's milk, and the Doctor basically sacrifices his own life to save Peri's life, which is really, really brilliant and fantastic for the 5th Doctor to do. He goes out as a whopping hero, and that's what the one thing I really do enjoy from the case of Androzani. The Doctor isn't really selfish, like when you get to David Tennant, where he goes, I don't want to go for the 10th Doctor. Davison's Doctor, yeah, okay, then I'm just going to go and sacrifice my own life to save Peri. I'm not going to take the cure. I don't even know if I'm going to regenerate, which he does, and then Colin Baker basically is the 6th Doctor. So that is me ranking all of the 5th Doctor's stories from his era, from 20 to number 1. How do you rank the Davison era? What is your favourite story from Peter Davison's run? Let me know in the comments, please do. Like, subscribe, chat, and join for more awesome Doctor Who content. Have a cracking day, you amazing lot.